So everybody asked me in my short video where I said I hated this car. They wanted to know why I hate this car so much, right? I've had this car a little under 2 years, right? And this car has been bad news since the day I bought it. It's just bad news, all right? First incident, I buy the car. Okay, I have the car less than 24 hours. All right, I can't blame this on the car though. Some girl driving, talking on a cell phone with her child in the passenger seat, hanging out the window with no seatbelt on, decides to run into the left front side of my car, basically, and bent the suspension on my car. Okay, I came out of pocket, paid $750, fixed it, right? No problem. All right, then the next thing. I'm on my way to a funeral. I'm going through North Carolina on I-85. So, someone decides in a traffic jam that they want to do 100 miles per hour while everybody else is slowing down to maybe 40, 45 in traffic. She slams into the back of somebody in a Honda Civic. The Honda Civic hits the back of me, rear ends me. Okay, that's bad luck number 2, right? Then number 3, someone rear ends me at a stop sign in New York. Okay, 2 days later, an elderly woman rear ends me at a traffic light, at a red light. I'm sitting still, not moving. She comes, she lets off to get brake and rear ends me. Nothing major. Okay, cool, no problem. Next thing, Uber driver runs a stop sign, hits my front bumper. Okay, that's another thing. That's just all the bad luck thing the car's been bringing me. Then something began to happen. A lot of people started saying to me, and it makes me really not like this car. I've had somebody in my car and they said, "Oh, he's like, it feel like somebody's sitting in the back seat. They keep looking back, but nobody's there." Then another person said the same thing. Then I got the dog in the car, and the dog keeps barking at nobody in the back seat. Then I have another friend, who's into all the, they into all that spiritual stuff and all that, right? But I don't tell them nothing about the car. They got in my car one day, and they got out my car like real quick. Was like, "Yo, pull over," and jumped out the car and was like, "Yo, somebody's spirits in your car. Don't ever pick me up in this car. Get rid of it," right? Okay, so I'm not into all the spiritual ghost thing and stuff like that. So maybe somebody either died in the car or the former owner of the car died. I don't know. Okay, no problem. The one thing that happened that made me truly hate this car, you see my bent up hood? Okay, I have an autistic son. I stopped somewhere, was getting out of my car. The car was turned off. The car's in park. I'm getting out the driver's door, walking around to go to the passenger side to let my son out the car. My son takes the gear shifter and takes the car out of park from the passenger seat, mind you. And the car rolls into the back of a SUV. And that's how my hood got bent and my bumper got damaged even more. Okay. So now, that's one thing I don't understand. How can somebody from the passenger seat be able to take your car to park without putting their foot on the brake or anything? Just pull the shifter and it goes right out of park. Yeah, that's another thing. All right, then the car decides to overheat. Right? Okay. Hold on. Let me pop the hood for this one. So, the car overheats. I changed the thermostat. I just made a short video. I changed the water pump. Okay. The car still overheats. Come to find out, the check engine light comes on, then it goes off. Then it comes on and it goes off. But it's a permanent code even when it's not that the coolant temperature sensor is bad. And that's what's causing the car to overheat. The problem is the coolant temperature sensor is way back here. You have to take this off. You got to take the throttle body off. You got to take a whole bunch of stuff back here apart to get way back here and down there just to get that sensor off, right? I spoke to some Lexus technicians. They told me $600 to change a $20 sensor. The cheapest any mechanic told me was $400 to change a $20 sensor. This car will nickel and dime you to death. Then it's like all type of things just break back to back. Okay, that happened. Now the seatbelt sensor decides to die. So now beep, 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 beep. Even though your seatbelt's on, the thing will beep and tell you the seatbelt's off. Okay, cool. The tire pressure monitor sensor decided to die. I was like, okay, maybe my tire is losing air. I check all four of my tires. All my tires got the proper amount of air. The sensor's bad. So when I try to reset the sensors, when you initialize it from in the car, the tire pressure thing keeps blinking. So obviously one of the sensors died. This car is a pain in the ass. It is nickeling and diming me to death with little stupid things breaking on it. Then it's just the bad luck from the car. Like I said, I'm getting rid of this car. I hate this car. I'll never buy another Lexus. The engine cover is just off because I just changed the thermostat, water pump, and all that. But now I got to change that other thing because I'm not $600. I really don't have $600 to be giving away to a mechanic right now. I'm not rich, so I'm gonna have to, watch a few YouTube videos the same way I did the thermostat and water pump and change that sensor. It's gonna take forever to do it, but that's the only way it's gonna get done. So now you understand why I hate this car. I will never, because of this car, I will never buy a Lexus ever again. This is my second Lexus, and both Lexuses I had was nothing but bad experiences. I've had my first Lexus was an LS400. That car, it had an issue with computer readiness to pass emissions. The emission guy told me drive it 100 miles. I drove it 100 miles, still not ready. No check engine lights, no codes, no nothing. I drive the car another 300-400 miles, still not ready. I put 10,000 miles on the car, and it still would not pass emissions for readiness. And there was no check engine lights, no codes, nothing. The computer just wouldn't get ready for over 10,000 miles. I got rid of that car. This is my second Lexus, my second bad experience with Lexus. I will never buy another Lexus ever. Ever. I hate these cars now. They look good, but look at this engine. This is overkill. It took me like 5 hours to change the water pump. I had to take so many things apart just to get to the water pump. To change a sensor. Look at all the stuff I have to take apart. This stuff is crazy. It's overkill. Whoever designed this is an idiot. I don't know who designed this car, but they're a total idiot. Like, why would you make something so difficult? Or this is Lexus's scam to make sure you have to go to the dealer to overpay for maintenance. Now you know why I hate this car, and I will never buy another Lexus. I don't know. I think I'll take my chances to get a BMW or something. Or go back to Mercedes. Because I've had a few of those, and I never had any really bad problems with Mercedes. Never got left on the side of the road with a Mercedes ever. So, I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. I won't be buying a Lexus. Well, subscribe to the channel. Like. If you don't like it. If you think my videos suck, say they suck. Y'all have a good one. Stay tuned for more.